Always a magnificent sight here, and a great crowd as well. Their team humming along on a 5-game winning streak. Haven't won 6 in a row since a 10-game streak back in 2016. 5 of their past 6 games here they've won. The only loss in that sequence, 53-12 against Penrith. 9 tries to 2 it was on that afternoon. Haven't they bounced back since that defeat against the Premiers? Canberra kicked things off. Beautiful afternoon here in the nation's capital. And the ball fielded by Manly's Indigenous player, Jason Saab, who played his part in the design of this fabulous jersey. There's Olakawatu, an outsider to be part of that Blues team for Origin 1 on May 31. Teams announced tomorrow. New South Wales and Queensland. Here's Paseka. Magnificent last week, trying to spark that second half comeback against the Sharks. Manly coming up just short at home. And there's a couple of Trebojeviches combining. 3 in the starting lineup for just the 3rd time for Manly. Jake found Ben, and here's Tom off the back of it. Up to halfway on their opening set. The kick to come from the captain, Cherry Evans, who goes high down towards Sebastian Chris, who called his winger out of it and just gathered the footy in time.
Stand up now. Marcus Jake. Hold, go 1.
Hopewadi looking for work.
Lachlan, give room. All the way to us here, Jake.
Debuted for Manly in 2020. Round up a Raider and nailing down that left wing position at the moment.
Hold now, hold Ben.
Levi is the starting dummy half. First time we've seen him since a broken jaw back in round 3, and he was the first choice dummy half at the beginning of the campaign. Wolford ruled out with concussion today. Starling in his regular role off the bench.
Last tackle, Lachlan, square. Hold now, Hamali. Go last, Josh.
Levi will go to Fogarty to finish off this set. Solid start from both teams. And Trebojevic bamboozled by the breeze, tidied up by Saab. Big moment here in the opening minutes.
Well, it looked like Tom Trebojevic lost the football there for a moment.
Shot clock on.
Just moments before he attempted to catch it, it just looked like he lost it. It was a whopping kick. You just see right here, he just goes backwards a couple of steps.
He never looked comfortable.
No.
Forwards and backwards, he hadn't planted his feet at all.
The more you can come forward to the ball, the better. When you're going backwards, it's when you start getting in a bit of trouble.
Anyway, it's not your first touch that counts, it's your last touch. Long way to go yet.
Oh, he'll have plenty of touches here.
Centre field scrum, Whiten goes to Chris, and Trebojevic gets across to nail his opposing fullback over the top. Penalty is there, though.
Daly, Cherry Evans.
Yeah, not uncommon this. Players leaving early off scrums.
Anyway, they can crack down on it a little bit more. 10 in the bin needs to be.
We've changed enough rules. We'll leave it as is.
Here's Big Red. Corey Horsburgh under the microscope today. Could he be a Queensland debutant in a week and a half? Tarpany takes some stopping. Look at the strength to try and keep his feet throughout. Levi goes back to Horsburgh. Second hit up on this set. Papali'i is ready to go on the left-hand side now. Used as a decoy to go to White. Back to Whitehead under pressure. Popped it out the back. Tough one to hold on to. Didn't Chris do well? Under pressure from Parker. Horsburgh goes to Hudson Young. Gets rid of DCE. Tries to get rid of Kohler as well. Hudson Young in try-scoring form, taken down just a couple of metres short. Whiten ready to go crossfield. Whitehead plucks it. Can he get it out? Manly wrap the footy up, and that's a good defensive stand at the end of it all.
Yeah, usually the hardest time to attack the try line is early in the match, when the opposition are nice and fresh. They've got all their habits in their game, and there's no fatigue in them. Did a good job there, Manly. Turned the Raiders away.
When they completed that last tackle, Tom Trbojevic stood there, put his hand in the air and thanked all his teammates for defending his error. And he's the first one there to hit it up.
They're under pressure here, trying to get out of their own end. Just a couple of metres on offer for Jake. Paseka tried to bust them, ball reefed Clear by Hudson Young, but it was a loose carry, and Canberra right on the front foot again. Timoko contained by Garrick. All the field position with the home team in the opening 5 minutes. Papali'i announced his retirement from rep footy in the last couple of days after 23 games for Queensland. Horsburgh, a little bit of footwork on Jake. 3 there to contain him in the end. Levi counting the numbers. Fogarty, depth from Whiten. Oh, right through Whitehead, so easy for Elliots. And Canberra do turn that field position into first points.
Yeah, good bodies in motion. And Jack Whiten picks the right man. And we see Josh Schuster. He spent a bit of time out of the game. He hasn't got his timing right, especially defensively on this occasion. Isuzu D-Max replay. This is the turnover, and just watch Josh Schuster in the defensive line, just eyes out the back, worrying about the man in front of him. And Elliott Whitehead goes through virtually untouched.
You'll hear about players and coaches and even commentators talking about not giving up your inside shoulder or attacking the inside shoulder. That's a prime example there of a player who just gave up his inside shoulder. It's so hard to get any weight into your tackle against a hard-running player when you use your inside shoulder going sideways. It's just bad positioning from Schuster.
Yeah, it doesn't just happen either. The body's in motion for Canberra. Their timing was good. The pass was good. The selection was good. And the movement out the back. Sebastian Chris, he's out the back, moving with intent and draws the eyes of Schuster. That creates the error. Good play, Canberra.
Manly's left side defence has been criticised a lot in the last month or so. Someone on Canberra's right was going to score that try, just a matter of who. And it was the edge back rower who put it down. Canberra haven't lost since this guy returned to the lineup. Jared Croker, their inspirational centre, closing in on 300 games, makes it 6-0.
Time you run here, boys.
Try number 38 in the career of the Englishman. Elliott Whitehead down under. Canberra 6-0 up, hunting a 6-game winning streak. Oh, Papali'i, head rock back defensively for Manly. It looked a little awkward there for Kepi. He's stumbling and staggering his way. He'll be off shortly. Should be ASAP.
Tackle 2 to Sean. 2.
Yeah, they got this one quick.
Tackle 2 with Albert. Mate, he came stumbling out.
Yeah, just got his head in front of Josh Papali'i off the kickoff. There's plenty of places you don't want to put your head, and right in front of Josh Papali'i off the kickoff is probably one.
Yep, go 2.
He pulled off some big hits last week, Sean Kepi. That one did not come off. Down to Alana for these conditions, please. Oh, stand by. Line break there. Fogarty on the end of the offload. Sorry, Alana. We can
tackle 3.
go
I'm
to you
sorry,
now, though.
mate. I understand. I'm not able to do anything. My hands are tied. He's got to go. Tackle 3.
Well, you've got to expect the unexpected with Canberra.
Comes in, I can't do anything else.
I thought Sean Kepi came off.
It's
They
up
must
to the
have just
independent
checked
doctor.
him.
They've come to me after we started. Tackle 3.
This was the very next play. Horsburgh, beautiful little offload, and Whitehead, he's had a great start to this game this afternoon.
Already down some middles. It's Bullymore who comes on to replace Kepi here. We'll get to Alana in a moment because Canberra have all the momentum.
It's ridiculous to stop the play there, though. He says his hands are tied, but it's not as though it's a life-threatening situation, is it? The play should have gone on.
As Billy said, I can't believe he didn't go off when we saw the initial replays. Now the attacking kick from Fogarty. Rapana underneath it in plenty of time. Ricochets off a couple of Manly players, and he's oh so close to career try number 100.
Offside, scrum, it'll be Raiders' feed. Then you can challenge the call if you want.
Well, Ruben Garrick is pleading to his teammates to challenge this call, saying that someone pushed him. No.
Didn't interfere with Ruben's attempt to take the ball there.
No, well, Jordan Rapiner got through.
They look a little bit fragile here, Manly, don't they? They might do well to hold the Raiders out here.
All the way in, shot clock off.
They've been falling behind by big margins in the first half. In recent times, it was a focus for Seabold today. But under pressure, pass hits the deck, though, and goes into touch. That's a relief for the Seagulls. Down to you, Alana.
Where do you want the...
We made it.
Play the ball.
Perfect start from the Canberra Raiders, though. We got to see those halves combine to go over. We're sitting right next to Ricky Stewart, and he was very happy with the intent and intensity from his boys. But as for the conditions, it is clear down here, so thankfully there's no rain about. But the current temperature, 14, feels like 7. I think we saw the wind in a perfect example of Tommy Turbo in a little bit of strife, not collecting that first high ball. So the wind's very apparent. Feels like 7. That's a bit dicey. It feels like -7 to me. The gloves are on, but I think we've got some great footy, good conditions to play, and the Raiders have certainly started off on the right foot.
Feels like 7, depending how many jumpers you're wearing.
What can Manly do with this ball? Jake for Tom. And now Kohler didn't go to Saab, who had open pastures to explore the speedster.
He was flying Jason Saab.
Jake Trebojevic, welcoming committee, stop him in his tracks. A couple of weeks out with a calf. Back in time to show Brad Fittler what he's got origin-wise as Cherry Evans hangs it up. And knock-on was the call by Manly over the top, so Raiders ball.
No, he's got to chase.
He could have put this deeper, Daly Cherry Evans, but he dropped it a bit short so his chasers could get there. And Jason Saab, although he knocked the ball on, he didn't give a clean catch to the opposition.
That was one of Jack Gibson's favourite sayings, the old great coach. Only kick it as far as you can chase it.
Smart man.
You like that, Billy?
I do.
You can use that. He'll let you use that.
Do you have to stay on side?
Yeah, got to stay on side. A lot of cameras out there these days. You don't get away with offside.
Look at that possession, just shy of 80-20, and second phase here for Fogarty. That's his fullback involved. Sebastian Chris keeping Xavier Savage out of the #1 jumper at the moment. Another offload, and Chris able to juggle it and almost bust them. Offload count already mounting for these Raiders. This kick is high from Fogarty. Tough catching conditions, but Garrick rarely drops them and gets involved with his fellow winger, Jason Saab, who wants to get Kohler on the outside this time. Good stuff from Manly.
How good do these jerseys look? It's brilliant, isn't it?
Canberra's jersey designed by local artist Eddie Longford, and Manly's by lifelong fan Alita Wassell. Congratulations to them for the job they've done. So many messages contained in all of these jerseys in the NRL. Great hands, Manly left side. Schuster found Trebojevic, and now Garrick goes to Croker. From one side to the other, Bullymore decides to straighten things up. Now Jake with Tom on his inside shoulder. Ben was on his left. Now Schuster stabs it high. Rapiner backpedaling. Clever little bat back, and still alive here for Manly. Great little offload underneath, and now the second kick into his teammate's backside. Straight into Bullymore, and a bullseye.
Get out of the road. Is that a bad kick? Or is that a forward in the road?
I think he shanked it.
Beware the second kick. There's the expression. That time it was Bullymore who had to be worried about it. Papali'i. Did you know that announcement was coming, Billy, that no more rep footy for Papali'i?
I knew slightly before it was announced. What a player. What a career in the maroon jersey for Josh Papali'i. A Warrior for about 10 years. I got the opportunity to feel his presence as a player and a teammate. And then the confidence he gives a coach when he's in your team.
It's great that he goes out on his own terms, doesn't it?
Well, he deserves it.
Yeah.
He deserves it. And very selfless of him as well. He did say in his statement that he wanted to give an opportunity to the younger players coming through. So there's an opportunity there for some players. And they've got some big shoes to fill.
One might be his club teammate, Horsburgh. Here's Cherry Evans for Tom. Right side now for Kohler. Croker just able to hold on, but they're inside the red zone here, Manly. Looking to hit back after copping that early try. Croker for Paseka. Second phase for Schuster. Holds it up for Ben, and he couldn't find Garrick.
Play the ball, boys.
Yeah, I think that right-hand side of Manly, that's the go-to side. A lot of speed out there. Kohler and Saab. And this time, they throw the ball out to the left. Schuster, but that right-hand side, if they can get some plays on out there and find some space for Kohler and Saab in and around Olakau'atu, there's some real opportunity.
Billy, you did a piece before the game, brilliant piece, about the unorthodox nature of the Canberra Raiders' attack and how they're always at you and the ball's always alive. But they're a little bit the same in defence, aren't they? Like you feel as though there's opportunities, but somehow they seem to scramble and cover them up.
It's like they play off feel, and nothing surprises them. Anything can happen, and because of that, they can beat anyone. I said this week that I don't even know if they'll play finals, Gus, but they can beat absolutely anyone. They fear no one, the Raiders.
And they'll be joint top if they win this game. Tightest competition we've seen after 12 rounds in 90 years. What amazing the way they are log-jammed at the moment. Whiten accused of milking, so Fogarty has to kick it with a couple of plays up his sleeve.
Great kick.
Tom in the corner, beats one, doesn't beat the follower. Garrick had to be sure of the take from Parker's service.
The other thing about the Raiders, you say they don't fear anyone and they can beat anyone. They can also lose to anyone.
They can beat themselves.
They can beat themselves.
Well, the offloads have got to stick. But that play there by Fogarty, that's what Ricky Stewart will like. Early kick, early in the tackle count, and that allows his forwards to get on the front foot, feel like you're running downhill.
Cherry Evans had a little look, kicks from inside the 40, but no chance of a 40-20. He might get one later. And Hopewadi. Kotrick played in New South Wales Cup today. Hopewadi keeping him out of the side. Chris running strongly. Making a great fist of that fullback role. One of the players he idolised growing up, Billy Slater. Watched plenty of the fullback craft. Burst onto the scene. We knew him as a centre, of course, Sebastian Chris. And there's Papali'i inside the 40. Slow play the ball. Fogarty now looks to ignite Canberra. Took the line on, so he's out of play. Levi looks to Whiten, who's made his way across centre field. Hangs it up. Who wants it? Well done, Croker, camped underneath it. Debuted as a Raider in 2016 against the Roosters, his one and only game in green. Saab. Kohler was on the outside. You sense something's going to happen for them eventually.
They don't need much of an opportunity, those two. They can run.
And pick up from DCE. They go back to Kohler again. Croker putting his body on the line. Not related, these two Crokers, but Lachlan is a nephew of Jason Croker, the Canberra club legend. Trebojevic right up the middle, busts a tackle or two, still going Tommy, over the top to Ben, who let it bounce. Bats it on to Garrick. It's still the last. Are they going to get a kick away? Schuster is thinking about it. Can he find grass? He does. Hopewadi will do well to get out of the in goal. Corralled here by Olakau'atu. Surely he didn't give up and now has to concede.
Can you believe they got a line dropout out of that?
Well, there's an opportunity to catch it in
I
goal.
think he's behind him.
I thought Hopewadi could have come forward onto the ball. There might have been a lack of communication. There's 2 Raiders players there.
Well, it's actually a really poor kick. He kicks it to 3 Raiders. There's not a Manly player in sight, and they all just looked at it, let it bounce.
Time your run, boys.
What happens when you let it bounce, Billy?
You tell us,
Time
Gus.
your run.
Invite disappointment into your life. That's disappointment right there. Getting jammed for another line dropout. Jordan Rapana hasn't come in for a cup of tea. He's going to try the short one, I'd say.
Goes high. Gets it 15 metres away, and Saab did well under immense pressure from Whiten. So they start inside the 20. Seka. Just 1 win in their past 9 games away from 4 Pines for Manly. That was against the West Tigers in round 8. Schuster was involved there. Tommy Turbo's flying today. Trebojevic in the corner. Did he get there? It's mighty close. It's Canberra doing the celebrating.
Yeah, they're celebrating. They've saved it.
Ash, that will be tackle 3.
Tommy is anything but a fibber. He's taking the high fives.
Touchline
Yeah, I
and
thought he
grounding,
got there.
mate.
Let's have a look.
He slams the ball down.
Foot. Okay. Oh, he might have dropped it.
The feet of Tom Trebojevic remain in. Just seeing where the ball is grounded.
Might have just come out of his grasp.
Yeah. I think he's got the ball like a...
Looks pretty good to me.
You like it?
Yeah.
The ball is on the line, and Tom Trebojevic remains in the field of play. We have a decision.
Try time for Tommy Turbo. Overruling the on-field decision. And he looks better today already.
Gus?
I wonder if the bunker will review the bunker on that one.
Well, didn't he accelerate?
He did.
Once he got the ball, he saw an opportunity. Isuzu D-Max replay. Just watch when he gets it. He's like, I'm close enough. I can get there. Bang. Big contact with Rapana and slams the ball down. There's some doubt whether he held onto it.
Wouldn't it be funny if the bunker had to review itself and now say no try?
Well, I think yeah, close enough. What benefit of the doubt? Try.
Okay.
Ball never leaves the right mid there. Come on, boys.
Try.
Give that a try.
Yeah, that'll do. He's been involved.
He has. A couple of good surges. As I said, it's not your first touch, it's your last touch that might decide the game. And it's lovely to see him moving freely. He certainly feels a lot more comfortable now that his brother's back. He's been on the inside a couple of times, and he seems to be able to time his run a bit better. I watched him live for the first time in a long time last week, and I didn't feel as though he was getting into the game the way he normally likes. But today, he's had a couple of good carries.
Bouncing back from that early error as well. And now on the board, Garrick looking to level things up. Tricky breeze here in Canberra today. And strikes it outside that right-hand upright. It remains 6-4.
Just gotta wait for that clock, Jamar. 5 seconds, mate. It's time you run here, boys.
Good game brewing here in Chemist Warehouse Sunday footy. Canberra kicking things off again. Down to Emma Lawrence for some breaking news.
Yeah, good news for Manly. Speedy Sean Kepi has passed that HIA. He is just about to come back onto the field. There he is.
Thank you, Emma. Complaints there about a hip drop, I reckon, potentially, as Paseka was screaming at the referee, and now makes his way off Taniela. Trying to check on that in a moment, see whether he had a case or not. Cherry Evans inside the 40, saw the winger up, but the fullback is back, and he's got it, TCE! Brilliant.
Now, out.
Wow.
Play the ball or
Well, it was
cut.
great vision by Daly
Play the
Cherry
ball.
Evans.
Canberra's taking it into
Kicks
touch.
to space, and it looked like Sebastian Chris had this covered. And Cherry Evans just gets 2 A-grade bounces. There's the first, and then the second. It just dips away from Sebastian Chris. What a kick.
And what a way to match the all-time record for 40-20s held by Cooper Cronk. He's right alongside him now.
Yeah, he usually likes to hook it back to the left. I don't see him kick down the right side too often for 40-20s. But Manly a chance to go back to back.
36 40-20s in his career now, and he's calling the shots right-hand side here. Kepi to set it up, and then DCE ready to go to work. Down the shorter side now. Which way will Croker go? Comes back to Jake instead. Schuster. Oh, lovely pick on the pass for Parker, and Manly lead. Schuster creating it, and the Sea Eagles 8-6 up.
Well, this is what he's really good at, John Schuster, is the no-look pass. The only thing is, every pass is a no-look pass. Every pass, he's looking somewhere else than where he's going to deliver the ball. Isuzu D-Max replay, beautiful soft hands, beautiful hole running from Brad Parker. And again, they strip the Raiders. What's this? What's the beautiful soft hands here in the eyes? What's the eyes? Looking away at Tom Trbojevic. That gets Tumakov's attention. Brad Parker hits hard and straight, gets it over the line.
Yeah, he does that really well, Brad Parker. He knows his role in this football team. With the football, it's hitting hard lines like that. Tom Trbojevic was out the back taking a few flies off him, and he does a great job, Brad. Good defender. That was a courageous line. Here's the 40-20. Bang, bang. Oh.
As Manly fans in the far corner celebrating that 40-20, and then this try from Brad Parker. Josh Schuster's only played 3 games so far this season. Manly have a 2-1 record in those games, and reconditioned since that win over the West Tigers. He's lost 6.5 kegs since then.
Yep. Yep, he's got a ways to go though. And he's got to concentrate hard when he hasn't got the ball. It's the other side of the game that will be his undoing if it's going to be anything. There's nothing wrong with his attacking game. But
How old's Josh?
only young, mate,
Yeah.
compared to you and me.
22.
Oh.
He's a baby.
You can't have everything at the start of your career. You've got to learn something. And he's got what a lot of people don't have. And we just saw a bit of it there.
An easier look for Garrick. And strikes it right over the black dot. 10-6 Manly.
Still got 10 seconds, mate. It's waiting, mate.
A great turnaround from Anthony Seibold's men here. Under so much pressure early on, could have copped a couple of tries, kept it to 6-0, and now get it back to 10-6.
And this is the way that most Raiders games go. Raiders are up and down during the course of the 80 minutes. They can lead by 12, be behind by 12, and they're never far enough behind, they're never too far in front.
The Summit is back 7 p.m. tonight. Gus, you've been an interested viewer of this one. I can't believe the chopper and the control the pilot has in that chopper, and what he does to these contestants trying to compete for $1 million, and they've got the chopper harassing them.
I'd be challenging
He's
his
up, mate.
decisions.
He's up. You hold on the leg.
Brilliant show. I'm into it.
Sit there, Daly. Josh.
And the country getting into it as well. 7 p.m. tonight, the Summit.
I don't want to do it, mind you. I don't want to do it.
Did your quote make the poster this week? Did you see it anywhere?
I don't know.
Best reality show you've ever seen?
It is.
So Manly off the back of that penalty into Canberra territory already.
Hold Joe. Go one.
Jake for DCE and Ola Kawatu running hard and fast and straight.
Go two. Denny, go two.
They've got a roll on here, the Sea Eagles. Schuster for Tom. How strong is he looking when he goes into contact this afternoon?
Yeah, that's different to what we've seen in recent weeks, isn't it? Really surging.
Now Jake on the right-hand side. Cherry Evans for Kohler. Great tackle, Croker. Nailed him down low. Who wants that pass? Ben has to go. Disappointing play 5. What can they do on the last? Schuster. Little flick back inboard. Off Canberra hands. It's there for Bullymore. And Manly have another one.
Yeah.
What about that for a kick?
Okay, we're on last tackle. Have no try. Just looking to confirm that there's a Manly touch in the contest. And they will clear the onside as well, yeah.
Now, for all money, he's just going to kick this into the corner. We won't go back to that just yet. Kicks it off the outside of his
kick
foot.
chase is onside.
Back in field. This is the contest they'll look at.
Just looking at the hands of Lachlan Croker. Comes off the right hand of Lachlan Croker forward into Emre Gula. We have a decision.
But the way he kicked that,
About 10 metres.
and with such
close
finesse,
to 20 in.
such touch.
Yeah. It'll be a handover, mate. I think it'll be over here. It'll be
For
a
all money,
handover.
it was just going to be a chip kick into the corner for
Last
his winger,
tackle.
wasn't it? And then at the
Yeah.
last minute
It's a
decides
handover,
to
boys.
put it on the outside of his foot and kick towards the post.
That's the
Need your
talent
front
in
foot.
itself.
Need your front
Changing your
foot here.
decision. And the opportunities there. I saw Cherry Evans came from the far side for that play as well. So both halves combining.
Silky Schuster putting on a show here in the first half. Round 12 is Indigenous round, where we celebrate the First Nations communities who are part of Rugby League's fabric at every level. True change comes through
First one,
listening,
Corey.
learning the history and using your voice. Head to nrl.com/indigenous to learn more now.
Both ways. Yeah.
Going to be a challenge here, I think.
Challenging.
Well, Corey's challenging it.
Okay. Yes.
I think Corey's
We've
right.
ruled a
Do you?
knock on, mate.
Okay.
Okay. Canberra are challenging the ruling of a double knock-on, the first one against Canberra.
Well, Corey Horsburgh goes for an offload. Of course, it's Canberra. They love offloading the football. And then Cherry Evans looked to get a touch.
He hasn't really got that. That's a knock-on.
Yeah. Corey Horsburgh loses possession of the ball and then into Daly Cherry Evans.
I'm not with Corey.
Which way does it go?
And
He's
Daly
trying to
Cherry
make
Evans
a
knocks
pass
the ball on. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Okay, it's unsuccessful. It's a double knock-on.
So who gave
Manly
Corey
first.
a challenge licence?
We're going to...
Honestly.
Yes,
Who
mate.
does that?
Well, I
Yeah,
don't think
gotcha,
he's got
Ash.
it anymore.
Sky
Honestly,
boys.
if I was coaching, it's the first lesson we'd have. If you, no challenge, no challenge, no challenge, no challenge. You, no kick, no kick, no kick, no kick.
Boys,
You just have to set the ground rules straight away. Corey doesn't get a challenge.
don't go before the break, Sebastian.
He's on the no
Hold.
challenge, no kick list.
Hold.
Big Red with a big boo-boo here. Manly on the front foot once more for Schuster. Cherry Evans. Fogarty did well on his opposite number. Kepi.
Just remember that advice if he's in the origin team, Billy. Got to get over him early.
Schuster for Ben. And the no-look pass doesn't come off that time.
I like how you took his kick licence off him because he lost a challenge.
Where you
Yeah,
going?
they go hand in hand.
Middle. Mate, it's not
Concern
striking.
here for Ben Trebojevic after the knock-on.
Yeah, he looked straight to the sideline and grabbing his hamstring. He's had some issues with his hamstring this year.
He's going to be replaced here. Samuela Fainu is an obvious candidate to play left edge. Ben Condon, the former Cowboy, making his Manly debut today, but it is Fainu called upon for just his second game, the teenager. He debuted in that win over the Tigers.
Hamstrings aren't hereditary, are they? They're
Fellas,
not
we're
genetic,
back.
are they?
Fellas.
For Trebojevic.
Back here on the line. Yeah, I know
You're
it
asking
is,
the
but it
wrong
makes a
man there.
difference to the space. Okay.
Did you ever
heads
do
down.
one?
Time
Yeah,
on.
in one
Head in
last year.
Ollie.
I missed an origin from a hamstring injury.
How many weeks total?
2018 in about 4 weeks.
Grade what? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember. 4-week break.
Canberra playing catch-up. Nearly half an hour gone in Chemist Warehouse Sunday footing. Tarpening. Turning his shoulder into contact. Horsburgh. Bullymore and Finu defending in the middle. Fogarty gets good height in it again. Garrick is there if Trbojevic wants him, and he calls the winger into it. I think Ruben might have called Trbojevic out of it, in fact.
10 metres. Tom Corey, if you can give it to us a bit louder, mate.
They're blowing a lot of these penalties now, and players just heading downfield in front of the kicker and not giving the catcher 10 metres to run. You see everyone in front of the kicker here and just starts heading downfield. The rule is you've got to give Ruben Garrick 10 metres. He's got to travel 10 metres forward before you can make the tackle.
Jared Sutton with a bit of feedback for his touch judges, Darian Furner and Dave Munro. A little bit louder, please, with the tipping up of who's inside and who's outside. Bullymore put under pressure by Jake's pass. Trbojevic gets his hands on it again. He's going to prove himself after that calf issue, and he's playing strongly today. Flat ball from Croker for Schuster. Back on the angle goes Kohler. Taking on the field of big boys in the middle. Here's Tolu that time. Jake again involved for Tom. Space out here. Croker thought about the kick. Goes with the pass instead to Olakawatu. Can they get it to Saab? He went right over the top of Croker, not held, so it's alive here for Kohler. We'll play it inside the 10 as the boos ring out in Canberra, but it was definitely play on. Cherry Evans to go crossfield. Schuster trying to get there. Rebounds off Rapiner to a teammate in front of him. And that's why the penalty is there.
Had to be in front. 2 points, Billy.
No.
No, you want to keep going?
Yep.
Is that the fullback or the coach talking?
Fullback.
Well, Corey, it's a penalty, mate.
See what the Queensland captain thinks. You've heard what the coach thinks.
1 foot.
Queenslanders, they just tap it.
On the same page. That's a good sign, Billy.
I bet if Queensland lead 10-6.
I'm not sure it is. It happened.
Right side looking dangerous. And so too is the left. Both tries have come out this way. Oh, Trbojevic! The little sideways stutter move over for his second try, if it counts. Plenty of complaints, but it is given.
Well, that was slick. That was slick. Let's hope there's no obstruction back to the inside, because Tommy Trbojevic hit this one again at speed and plenty of footwork. Schuster again, a lovely soft pass. Now there's no obstructions there by Suzu D-Max replay. Brilliant try.
That repeat set off the back of it and just playing with a little bit more intent at the moment, Manly.
Look at that stat line. Tom Trbojevic saying, I am ready for Origin 1.
Yeah, he's different this week. You know, whether it's because Jake and Schuster are there or whatever it is, but he's actually getting the ball as often as he wants, where he wants it and how he wants it. And he's mixing it up too.
It's a 10-point lead for Manly.
Still wait for that clock to waiting, boys.
Canberra a little stunned here, but Manly have a fabulous record. Won 5 of the past 7 head-to-head. They've got a winning record here as well, 10-8. And they have turned a 6-point deficit into a 10-point advantage here, closing in on half-time. And look at Tom Trbojevic, metres gained-wise, 107. 2 tries as well. Now a mistake from Kepi early in the count opens the door.
Yep, big chance here for the Raider to hit back just on the stroke of half-time. But it's wonderful to see. Emma?
Ben Trbojevic is done for the evening. Unfortunately, it is the same hamstring that he's had trouble with earlier in the year. So hopefully it's not too bad, but he will need scans tomorrow.
All right, well, this is where Manly needs to get it right. They've been a bit brittle on their own try line for a while now. This would be a good time to change that.
You got to be in the scrum.
The man Ben Trbojevic replaced Tuolungi. He's out with a facial injury sustained last week, so depth in the edge-back rowers a concern for Anthony Seibold too. As Canberra going to work, Fogarty putting some footwork on. Whitehead leading the chat down the short side, but Starling goes to Horsburgh instead to set things up. Whiten ready to go to work left-hand side. How slow is this play the ball? Set restart, the obvious call. Gula on, fresh legs in the middle for Canberra. Held up by Starling for the fullback to attack it. Chris nearly there again. Back to Gula on play 4. Manly not breaking yet on this set. Canberra not throwing a whole lot at them, but now's the chance for Tarpany. Cut down by Jake. Fogarty sends it into the end goal. Saab to rise. What a take. He must have been dunking height nearly when he plucked that.
Yeah, great set of 6 in defence. 2 of them, actually. And a nice diffusing of the crossfield kick there by Saab, who jumped with arms outstretched, which meant he was about 12'6" tall by the time he caught that.
He could have thrown it down for the alley-oop dunk there. Jason Saab is a wonderful athlete, playing his 50th game for Manly today. Indigenous on his mother's side. Big round for him.
I was standing next to him on the field last week at Brookvale. He's twice the height of the corner post. And about as skinny.
Got the official height on the quarter post?
Don't know, half his height.
Oh! Croker again, chopping down Kohler, who was ready to get up and run again. That'll hurt the legs a little, I reckon, that kind of contact. He's got the knee strapped as well, Tolu Kohler. Short side raid here from DCE. Forced to improvise. Can he hit the post? It was flirting with the uprights. Gives up a 7-tackle set. Space here. Clever by Rapana, and they just closed the door in time. Manly's left side was there to be exploited.
Yeah, this is when Canberra harass the middle of the field. Offloads, Hudson Young. They get their outside backs and speed men in through the middle. You can see a little bit of fatigue starting to enter this game.
Opawati, good leg drive there for post-contact meters, about 5 of them. Horsburgh looked on his outside. There was no one ready to receive. Throws it out the back, and Croker was ready for the second phase. And Canberra hit back here before half-time and narrow that margin. Croker demanding a set restart. He gets it. So Starling on as the backup dummy half for Levi. Timoko got rid of Parker.
He's dangerous. He's dangerous and he's powerful.
Another youngster out there, just 23 years of age, growing with every game. Timoko. Horsburgh seeing a lot of it in this part of the ground in this first half. Fogarty. Forearm contact there from Hudson Young, trying to crash over the top of Jerry Evans. Footwork from Gula. Offload for Starling. Can Tarpany keep the move going? He can for Whitehead, hunting a double. Fogarty wrapped up. Nice ball and all tackle from Kepi. Where to on the last? Starling to find Whiten. Shank it looks. Straight out in the full. Not a great finish to the set from Jack.
Nearly put that in Kuma. Bit of a shank there off the outside of the foot.
Marcus, push up, Corey. Marcus. Hold, Tom. Hold.
More pinpoint kick, and Hopewadi may have been able to sneak in behind Saab.
Stand now. Lock in, Marcus. Wait, Tom. Wait. Go one.
Manly fans back on the northern beaches must be delighted with the way their team has turned it around here, looking to end that 3-game losing streak.
Go two.
Get back in contention with the top 8.
Well, this half's not over yet. Just got to keep their wits about them here about how they give the ball back to the Raiders.
It's 4 tackles done and still inside their own 30 here. Harry trying to milk one. Croker taken down, so acting dummy half required here. Garrick to find Cherry Evans, steps around the advance party, chip and chase. I think Jake's in front of him. That has to be a penalty, doesn't it? No, it's play on.
Now, the fullback's out of position.
Adventurous play by Cherry Evans with the chip and chase in the last couple of minutes of the first half. Horsburgh fired up. Another offload. Rapana somehow able to hold on. Not held was the call. Jordan has another crack. They'll get through this set. What can they do with it? Fogarty. Wrestle to the turf in trademark Cherry Evans style. Short side for Young. Def Paul! Shocking high tackle on Croker.
Look out.
Ola Kawatu apologising for it. He's done some damage to himself, perhaps, but how does the ref see this one?
Yeah, he's hurt his knee at the same time. This is just a reaction.
Hudson.
Sometimes these ones look more spectacular than they really are.
Boys,
Little
Tom,
short pass.
Tom, at the minute we only got one person to deal with.
No.
Hudson. Just take it back. Emre, back. Albert.
It's across the chest.
I don't even know if it's high.
It wasn't even high. It's across. That's what I mean. Sometimes them ones can be more spectacular, look more spectacular than they really are.
They might be looking at the late shot from Kepi on Hudson Young, if anything.
Well, the first concern here is Olakawatu's knee, because he hasn't got up or tried to get up since the time he attempted that tackle.
Well, the chant of off goes up, but you say no penalty.
No.
I don't even think it's a penalty.
Yep, high. Penalty.
Okay.
Well, why is it high if it hits him in the chest?
Well, they've had a lot of time to look at it.
Back 10.
Here it is here.
Back 10, mate. Back 10, boys. Penalty.
Kroger's getting up to run away.
Well, I've seen higher.
Back 10.
And you're right, Gus. It looks spectacular.
Just make sure we're on the mark, Ash. At this stage, I'm 11 metres in.
The old-fashioned coat hanger look about it. Just the way Croker's legs go from underneath him, I suppose.
19 seconds to go. I may take the 2 here.
Come on.
That's what they're doing.
It's very brave.
So,
Billy.
11 metres in, Jared.
He's taking the headgear off, so he's having a shot for goal.
Josh! Gotta be Lachlan! 10. 10. Josh Schuster still. Josh Schuster.
Well, you've got to be careful. If the ball hits the post here, the Raiders are ready to pounce.
Sean!
Croker drives it low into the breeze and gives Canberra 2 points. How handy will they be?
Sean!
They still trail by
Sean,
8.
you give
It's
him
Manly
another
on top, 16 points to 8. Look at the live ladder for you. And Manly just outside the 8 because we have credited the Warriors with the 2 points they get for the bye. So the Warriors in 7th, Manly right on the precipice of the top 8 if they get the win, and the Raiders will be just above them if it stays like this. But plenty of time for Canberra to turn it around.
Crazy competition.
The tightest comp through 12 rounds in 90 years. No one knows who's going to beat anybody, especially in the last couple of minutes across this round. What the Bulldogs did to the Titans today and what the Dragons did to the Roosters. It has been an amazing round of footy. No matter upsetting the Bunnies at Allianz the other night.
Well, the majority of Raiders games usually go down to the wire. Whether they're behind or in front, it doesn't really matter. It's just how it ends up, and I can see this. We might even go to golden point here today.
That's an early call. Last week's win over Parramatta by 8 was the longest or largest margin in this 5-game winning streak.
And when it's Sunday afternoon, I like to give the news plenty of notice just to prepare that we mightn't be coming at 6 o'clock.
I've done any research on why this game started in daylight and might finish in darkness here, Billy, after last week?
No research done.
It's the Sunday time slot for you.
Gets dark early in the winter.
Here's Paseka. Good strong run again. Trbojevic taking the line on with gusto today. You saw the feedback on the social at half-time. Tommy Turbo is back, baby, was the chorus across the land. There's Cherry Evans onto the chest of Opawati this time.
Yeah, well, comebacks aren't just about a couple of moments. You'll really want to see this one out and be a key figure in them winning the game.
Timoko. Almost copped the high shot from Paseka over the top. Miller was careful. Now Rapana up over halfway. He goes. Starling trying to catch those markers, not square. Good ball not to give away a set restart, but Canberra find their flow down the left-hand side. Hopewadi taking on all comers.
Yeah, good play, this kid. Just needs more time out in the middle, more football.
Another 22-year-old. Albert Hopewadi. Trbojevic, good safe take.
All those kids that are sort of, just getting into their 20s or early 20s, you've got to remember that a lot of their development football was inhibited by the COVID years, where there was no junior rep footy for a couple of years. So they're just taking a little bit longer to mature and get the reps up that you need to feel comfortable at the top level.
Corey wants another challenge, I think.
I think Corey had challenged the toss.
Yep. Good to go.
He's pinged for a crusher here. Penalty should suffice for Big Red.
Every team needs a good redhead. Even Queensland. Nice fatty.
Olakau'atu's recovered after we were concerned for him when he made that tackle on Croker back end of the first half. Clutching at a knee. They don't need another injury in the forwards, Manly. Jake. Pass hits the deck again. Look at that pick up by the big man. He's got skills. Samole. On the back foot here, Manly. Trbojevic looking to ignite them.
That's better. He got the ball moving. Everyone else was standing still when they got the ball.
Schuster. Plenty of hang time here for the Chasers. They're there in plenty of time. Batted back by Garrick. Parker found Schuster with a tight window to work with. Ad-lib footy. There's no one behind you, Tommy. You better do something. Buys time for Kohler. Oh, look at this for Saab. There's no one outside of Jason. So he takes them on and gives it away 10 metres out. So not a bad result in the end.
Front foot here, boys.
He Got to keep yourself alive if you're playing in the NRL.
Careful, Tarpany, as the ref is saying, don't swing one because you've got the ball. And the fist does collect cheek in the end as Fainu happy to take on Big Joe Tarpany.
It was Jason Saab that took exception to something on the ground from Hudson Young, I think, that started all this.
Yeah, well, Olakau'atu, he's just not letting go of the jersey.
He wouldn't be hard on you if you didn't walk in there to start with.
It's just Hudson Young holding onto the jersey. And Tarpany comes in.
Elliot, if Joseph's going to come in there, mate, he'll join him on the sideline. Don't come in. No, I haven't seen him there anyway. If he comes in there, that's where he'll be going. Daly.
Dropping the ball on the head never goes down well. After all that, a penalty has been found, and Canberra able to march down the field a little. Gula was stopped in his tracks, went past the horizontal, the complaint, and back-to-back penalties now. Jake Trbojevic involved in the tackle with Paseka.
Daly. Joseph, best thing you can do is disappear for us. Mate, you see a little loss of discipline here, over in the corner, Jason, and that. Need to fix it up, otherwise, mate, I'll have to go stronger. I don't think so. So you can either take the message
just
on
needs a
and do
deep
something
breath.
about it.
He's just on a little bit on emotion at the moment.
That's got nothing to do with it, Daly. Fix your discipline.
Couple of deep breaths. Concentrate on the next job. Forget what's happened.
Yeah, back here, boys.
He's a resilient character as well. Hasn't missed a minute all season. Haumole Olakau'atu, no HIAs, no injuries.
Just settle down.
Important phase of the game. Next 10 minutes, you sense. Can Canberra eat into that margin? Tarpany, good strong run. Takes them all the way to the 30-metre line. Starling looking for a quick play the ball. Look how eager he is to go to work. Chris, early ball for Croker. Oh, stepped around Kohler like he wasn't there, and the backup came from Olakau'atu. Legs tackle. Short side for Young. Look at the footwork for the edge-back rower in New South Wales calculations. Hudson Young, will he get his first Blues jersey tomorrow? Horsburgh, ball playing this time for... Oh, Fogarty! What a ball, what a move. Whitehead, did he get there in the end to score?
Wow.
Batted away by Jake. There's plenty going on here.
Wow.
I have no try.
Oh,
Looking to see when Elliot Whitehead...
I can only assume this is Tommy on the try line.
Jake Trbojevic just contacts
And
the
Jake.
arm.
Yeah, Jake comes in
he
late.
knocks the ball out and then we go through
Whitehead
the ground
can't
like
get
a
it down the
mark.
first time, changes
no try.
hands, puts it back in the original hand. His elbow will hit the ground, which, no, he's lost it.
Jake Trbojevic is attempting to hold the ball up. There's no intent to strip. Just checking to see whether Elliot Whitehead maintains possession.
Well, it was Tom that did all the work.
Yeah, the initial contact by Tom is brilliant. And then Jake comes in.
Jack Wyden loses possession of the ball over the try line. We have a decision.
Wow, what a save. So he scored one, scored two,
Jake contacts the arm
and saved a couple.
He touches
Looked like
the
he
ball,
could
but
have
he's
scored
trying
if he
to-
just ran
trying to make
right.
the
Well, that
tackle.
was a beautiful
The knock
play.
on, out to the 20.
Was it Fogarty?
Out to
Yeah.
the 20,
Right-hand side. And put Whiten in the
here, boys.
backfield. But a great one-on-one stop by Tom Trbojevic. Just gave his brother enough time to get back and cause a disruption to the put-down.
Well, you'd have played against Elliot Whitehead, wouldn't you, Billy?
Yeah.
He's a big man, isn't he?
Oh, he's a big man. Yeah.
That's a great save.
And of course, in the act of scoring, you can have two men in the tackle and strip it. And it's all above board.
Well, they actually played on Schuster again. They dragged him out of the line, threw the pass behind him. He got himself all at sea there, and it was beautifully executed play. It was going to be 6 points for your life, but enter Tommy Turbo. That's a brilliant try save.
Yeah, once Fogarty put him through, you just thought it was a matter of where he scored, not if he scored, but somehow the Trbojevic brothers stopped him. Finu running with purpose off Schuster's pass, and now short side is on for Josh to go to work. Trbojevic battered down by Rapana. Saved Garrick getting to open space. So the set restart. Manly's best ball in a while. Jerry Evans gives it to Paseka to set things up, and look at the go forward this man gives Manly. Jake. Schuster, quick hands for Tommy. Oh, taken out by Rapana. He'll be off to the bin unless they score. And Garrick does score. Go, Gadget. Garrick. A remarkable put down. And that saves Rapana a trip to the bin.
Is that the extender arms? Go, Gadget.
That's him. Well, they might be lucky here, Canberra, that they scored a try and not go down to 12 men. Isuzu D-Max replay. And the ball hits the ground, and Garrick, well, he picks it up and plays on. Otherwise, it was probably a professional foul. Rapana just grabs Brad Parker, but the turnaround from the try-saving tackle from Tom Trbojevic down the other end, it would have been a 2-point ball game. Raiders with all the energy, they go down 20 points to 8 with the kick to come. What a turnaround. Alana?
Yeah, it was huge, wasn't it, Billy? A couple of the inclusions in this game that they didn't have last week played a crucial role in that. Trbojevic and then also Schuster, a nice catch pass at the same time to find that edge. Maybe they don't get that try last week, but very silky from the Manly Sea Eagles.
This guy just gets it done. Reuben Garrick still waiting to confirm this try. I think he keeps his body inboard. Yep, that shows it. The treatment of Parker, does that deserve anything further? High tackle late?
Well, I think if Reuben Garrick doesn't score the try, he goes to the bin. So I think Canberra would look at this as a positive in the situation. You'd much rather give away 6 points and keep your full complement of players on the field than go down to 12 men for 10 minutes. Now, Manly could score a number of tries in that period.
Disappointment in his 100th game last week, Reuben Garrick, beaten at home by Cronulla, but looking to bounce back big time here in Canberra.
This is a big kick. Puts them 14 in front.
Lead by 12 right now, and that margin remains.
Time off. Yep, time your run, guys. Stay behind.
12-point margin. The Sea Eagles on top. Canberra came in on a 5-game winning streak. Manly, 3-game losing streak, and that's the kind of scoreline you expect in modern-day NRL. No one knows what to anticipate.
Well, we saw on Friday night the Rabbitohs, after winning 6 straight, go down to the Eels, who had only won 1 of their last 4 games leading into that match. Anything can happen. It's a tight competition.
Tipster's nightmare this weekend. Trbojevic for Saab on the outside of Hopewadi. Tommy Turbo hasn't scored a hat-trick in a couple of years. Is he ready for Origin? Is he what?
Happy.
Up you go, Turbo. Brilliant stuff. What a difference a week makes. Isuzu D-Max replay. Manly at their best. What a difference a week makes. That's just beautiful football.
I thought the work from Olakawatu here just straightens up the attack, Tolu Kola ran a beautiful line which created the space for Turbo and Saab, who doesn't need a whole heap of space. He's got elite speed, and Turbo just kept his feet moving, pushing down the field. Beautiful try by Manly. They're kicking away with this one.
Well, he makes such a big difference to them, doesn't he? And they make a difference to him. If they're positive in front, then it brings him into the game. But if you bring him into the game, look at what he can do for them. He's had a hand in a couple. He scored 3. It's just beautiful to watch. See the pass and the back up in the one motion. He knows he's got to get on his bike to go with Saab, but he's there. A big smile on the face.
Well, it was a great example that he can't do it himself, isn't it, Gus? Now, the ball goes to Olakau'atu, and the work from Olakau'atu and Kola, who won't get a stat for that play, but they set up the space for Turbo.
The lead is 16. And Garrick hooks it across the face. 24 points to 8. It stays.
Just keep behind it, Albert.
Tommy Turbo writing all of the headlines here in Canberra with a hat-trick. First time he's done that since round 25, 2021. Up to 8 tries now this season, and look at that. He's nearly 100 metres in front of anyone else so far as metres gained are concerned in this contest.
Okay. Righto. Manly challenging to really go and knock on.
Cherry Evans was prompt with this to Jared Sutton.
Check out the right hand of Pasami Sula. There's more than one player in the tackle. With intent to strip the ball, Pasami Sula strips the ball. The challenge is successful.
Well, you'd have to think they're always playing at the ball. The Canberra Raiders have more steals than any team in the premiership. Individual one-on-one steals, and they're always at the ball because it actually slows the tackle process too, because the man with the ball is trying to secure possession, not get a quick play the ball.
They are toying with Canberra. Not often you see a touch finder from the penalty have a couple of bounces before going into touchy.
Well, someone missed their job there.
Remember last week against the Sharks, Katoa kept one in that DCE didn't get enough of, but there was no one back there for Canberra to stop it. Bullymore gets them inside the red zone again. Schuster, Trebojevic gliding around one, taking on all comers as Tommy had the arm free as well. Cherry Evans for Croker, on to Jake, Schuster and Parker. Third man in, really made it count there. Did Elliott Whitehead, letting out some frustration. Back on the angle, Bullymore. He's done well after being thrown into the action. He had early injury. Tommy Turbo, left-hand side, look forward. He's put a foot wrong. First time since the drop ball early.
Not yet. Not yet. No, wait.
Still 27 minutes to go. Plenty of time for the Raiders, but they need to be next to score. It's a long while since we've actually seen them have any sustained attack. Scored first in this game and really haven't threatened since.
Apart from that Whitehead try saved by the Trebojevic double act that looms as a massive turning point in this contest. If Whitehead had scored for Ricky Stewart, then it was game on. Manly went down the other end and scored back-to-back. Chris chimes in. McCall pops it out the back. Chris has nowhere to go. Fainu hunting him down, quick as a flash. Whiten goes aerial. Plenty of hang time about it. Tough on Tommy. Coughed it up again. Rapina looking to capitalise.
Yeah, that was a really tough kick to catch.
It's over here.
That was a helicopter.
Everybody up.
That was swirling around and came down dead straight. Whiten, just watch this. Helicopters around and just drops down dead straight, which they're the hard ones.
Well timed by Fogarty as well to put the pressure on. So plenty of time to go, 25 minutes, trailing by 16. Whiten goes to work for Chris. Contained by Kohler. Whiten stepping this way and that, wants it back, gets it from Hudson Young. Scouting wide here. There's Papali'i. Fogarty. Whiten. Hudson Young again. Looks one of the most likely for Canberra, the way he's moving, and pops up on the right-hand side. Timokol ran behind Hudson Young, and the referee doesn't need to go to the bunker. He says that's an obstruction, and look at the frustration from Matty.
I keep saying he's a dangerous individual, this young man. Very powerful, quick feet. I think Schuster knew where he was all the time.
Yeah, he didn't obstruct him physically. It was a visual obstruction. Right, cool.
You have days like that. Things don't go your way, and then
Halfway, Matt, Jordan. Hold, go.
Raiders have just got to hang in there. They need to be next to score.
Sammy, give room. Hold square. Hold. Go one.
6-2 penalty count, but they've all been there. Kohler ducking under them. He thought he was away, but look who chased him down from behind, Hudson Young. Still giving his all. Carl Lawton fresh on, spinning out of tackles. Jake organising the left-side attack here. Tommy Turbo outside him, it goes back inboard to Kepi. Schuster tries to put Fainu through a hole that closed just in time for Canberra.
It was a lovely pass.
Schuster again. Gets it back here, Josh, and contains it. Knockout blow nearly from Josh Schuster. Oh, look out. Kepi takes on Hudson Young. It is on here in Canberra.
Well, there's a bit to see here. Not the least of which is the brilliant individual try. But the aftermath is all action and reaction. Schuster on scoring the try is pushed into the advertising bollards at the end of the ground.
So I'm going to go one-on-one, mate. Yeah, I'm going to go Hud.
Isuzu D-Max replay. Kick, ricochet, pick up, try, opportunist, individual. And he gets a push here from Hudson. They didn't like that, so they'll push Hudson. No problem with the try.
Jared Sutton's going to have a word. It's not 8-point try kind of category, is it?
No.
What's he going to say?
Don't think so.
Just try and get on top of the...
Kepi knocks Hudson over, and who's that? Emre Gula comes running in to get Kepi.
Right, Elliot, I want Hudson. Ruben, I need Sean Kepi. Sit a second.
The referee's been trying to get on top of those
waiting for the
flash
try to be
points
confirmed, then I'm going to talk to you.
in the entire second half.
Well, the try's not in jeopardy. Hudson gives him a bump.
Nothing.
Bit of an overreaction. And then Kepi gives Hudson a bump.
Sean.
Bit of an overreaction. That was the violent one. Emre Gula was the
You
violent
confirmed
one.
it, mate? Hey, I'm Daly. Yeah, I want to bring Sean up here in a second after I've spoken with them. Sean? Yep.
Well, firstly, this is taking longer than it has to.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Mate, right. Tries confirmed. Mate, that's the third incident. Blokes come together and push. Both. I spoke to you over there. I'm going to deal with them as well, but you're going to the bin. No, enough of the coming together and the pushing and carrying on.
He loves the sin bin, this referee. He loves the sin bin.
I spoke to you previously about guys coming together and wanting to push and shove and carry on, and I wasn't going to take any more. You going as well? Wait, Sean.
He wants Kepi to wait here because he knows what Manly games have involved before when two blokes head to the sin bin. Look out. A little bit of advice for Hudson Young, who doesn't mind the niggle. Well, it doesn't escalate into a Battle of Brookvale kind of scenario.
Well, the most violent of those was the Emre Gula one.
That's it.
But it was all just a nothing, a nothing. Why have they got to go to the sin bin? What's their sin, Billy? What's the sin?
I don't have an answer for you, Gus. That's why I'm not saying anything.
What's the sin? I can think of worse sins. Trust me, I can think of worse sins. The sin bin for that? Define sin. David Middleton, can you define sin for me, please? What's a sin? Didn't look like a sin to me.
Emre Gula lucky that a player from each team had been found by the referee already. Conversion from Garrick makes it 30 points to 8. What a scoreline. It is Manly leading by 22 now and still 22 minutes to go.
Well, who saw this coming? I think 12 aside suits Manly, to be honest.
Nice time for Ben Condon to come on and make his Manly debut. Signed to a 3-year deal by the Sea Eagles after playing 12 games as a Cowboy. He had one hit up and he's looking for more work here. Manly's number 17. Another 22-year-old. Can't miss him. A boy from Roma in Queensland who like a fanboy of Darren Lockyer. Nine's own, as you'd expect from that part of the world.
Wouldn't have been the only one.
Paseka keeping it alive. Trebojevic, it went backwards despite the Canberra complaints. Parker coming back inboard and keeping his feet through it all, but there's another obstruction that the referee has found, and Canberra will take that.
It's in front of him, mate. Yeah, it's the other way.
Penalty well won by Gula. Obstructed there by Fionu. He's at 12 on 12 that opens the door for Canberra instead. They must score next.
Still 20 minutes to go.
Need to go at around a point a minute. Salo. Good go forward. He's impressed everyone since coming into this Canberra lineup from the Newcastle night. Fogarty, shocking service from Starling, who holds his hand up.
Yeah. Hurry up.
You've got to treat your halfback a little better than that. Just eats into their time to make a comeback. Just got dark there, Billy. Must be in the middle of nowhere, that stadium, because there's no street lights around it.
That was a beautiful shot before the game. And then bushland all around. And that's Canberra.
Manly have won a lot of games. 10-8 record here. On their way to making that even more positive.
That's a great record because not many people like going down to Canberra. You can get a wide range of weather situations down there. When it's hot, it's hottest at Canberra. When it's cold, it's coldest at Canberra. Sort of had mixed fortunes over the years going down to Raider territory. They used to play that annoying Green Machine song every time they scored a try. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
I used to sing it at the back.
Did you?
First 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Until they kicked me.
That was good in your head.
Doing the Eagle Rock at Brookvale.
Oh, yeah, when they beat you. Daddy cool.
Schuster's kick. And batted back by Garrick. Still alive here for Parker. And well done, Whitehead, to wrap up the footy, but they have to go 90 again.
Yeah, they need something here, the Raiders. It's just not happening today for them. Apart from the opening few minutes, Seagulls have been in control, really.
Yeah, I can't stress how important that try-saving tackle from Tom Trbojevic was. That would have taken the score 16 points to 14, and Canberra would have got a lot of energy out of that. They went down the other end of the field and they increased their lead. And that scoreboard pressure has just hurt the Raiders here today.
Oh, Parker went up and nailed Whiten. Still good enough to find a teammate with the ball back inside as he was cut in half. Fogarty saw something he liked down here, and Whiten's there as backup. Little kick doesn't get through the line, but was played at by Tommy Turbo, I think.
Head over.
No. And they can't complain because the Big Red burnt their captain's challenge.
He's 10.
Very early on. I thought Tommy played at this.
Oh, he definitely played at it.
Definitely.
Without a doubt.
And this one there, the men in yellow. And look at Garrick making the most of it. He's got speedsters out on this side if he needs them. Here comes Saab in cruise control. Manly dominant here in Canberra.
Well, that blur from left to right was Jason Saab.
Good.
He must have yelled out from behind because Garrick slowed down and over his right shoulder virtually passes without looking. It would look brilliant from the high shot to see where Saab comes from here. Firstly, to call for the ball, and then secondly, to get the pass. There's the non-6 again, Isuzu D-Max replay. But from their own end of the field again, another long-range try. I said 12 men aside might suit them. He gets into the backfield. Saab screaming up. That's that blur on your left of screen there. Garrick slows down beautifully, delivers the pass, and speed wins again. Speed wins again.
Well,
what do you think of that, Tommy?
He likes it. It looked flimsy defence. Garrick just found a yawning hole, and this can happen after a disappointment that goes against you. The call went against the Raiders, and Whiten was still arguing with the referee, getting back on side. He doesn't form the defensive line. You see here, he's walking out the back there. There's a big space. That's exactly where Jack Whiten should have been. And then misses the tackle. And Saab, he finishes off the movement. It was only a matter of time before Kohler or Saab was going to get in a bit of space, and he finished it well.
That smile on the dial of Tommy Turbo thinking, I reckon he was getting feedback from Canberra players saying, come on, mate, you know you played at that, tell the ref. And he had the big smile saying, nah, we've got more points in us here. Garrick set it up, Saab did the rest, and it is 36-8.
Stay behind, boys. Just got to wait for the clock, Jordan. Stay behind, stay behind. Stay behind.
It's a special night for Jason Saab, as I mentioned earlier, playing an Indigenous round. And his part to play in this jersey design as well. Schuster battled it back, and Paseka missed it. Croker has it, so the short kickoff works for Canberra. Everything's got to work for them. No, hang on, penalty's been found at Manly.
Offside from halfway. So the Raiders were in front of the kicker. Albert Hopewadi.
Albert's in front of the kick, mate.
Oh, no.
Right in front of the touch judge, who tipped up his ref in the middle.
Albert.
Anytime you're in front of the kicker, you may as well be sitting in the grandstand. You're out of the game. And that's just lazy. Get in on him, Dale. Get into him. Don't cop that.
Was she blowing up at the referee, or was it Albert?
I don't care if she was blowing up. She paid her money. She can do what she likes.
Feedback from the front row. Under the beanie in cold Canberra. The passion.
I'd be giving her a free membership. You get into him, Dale. Don't you worry about it.
Condon. Manly in pursuit of 50. The mood they're in. Lawton for Paseka. Setting up for a play left-hand side. Tommy demanding it. Schuster. Trebojevic back on the angle. Flicks it out the back here for Fainu. And it's opened up for Sam Weller.
Saw that play earlier today.
Schuster holding onto the footy. The no-look dummy. He's done it all today, Josh. And now Lawton can't get it through. Trapping and scrapping is Pasami Salo.
36-8. I don't think I would have believed that earlier in the day if someone said that. What about the Tigers last night?
66.
What about that?
Absolutely brilliant, weren't they?
Oh, outstanding.
We did Jareem Buller's debut, and you like what you saw. And
he's only getting better too. Jareem Buller, Junior Tupou. They've got some talent.
Yeah. I said it weeks and weeks ago before they won a game. I said, there's a side here. What a great night at Leichhardt that was.
Oh, they've had a good month. Really good month of footy.
Hopewadi taking them on. It's tackle 0 here after the touch in flight.
I like this kid, Hopewadi.
Nice footwork. What a try that is.
Wow.
First try in the NRL for Ata Moriota. Didn't play a minute last week, and he makes an impression with his first touch tonight.
Wow, Moriota. Remember that name. You watch him step off his left foot here. Big, athletic. Isuzu D-Max replay. Here he goes. Whack. They certainly didn't respect Moriota.
I know what Tommy Turbo was thinking. He's already saved one on Elliot Whitehead, but here he just went, you know what? You're going a bit quick, this kid.
Yeah. He was like a bullet.
Yeah. Alana.
Yeah, he was good, wasn't he? Showed some patience, waited for his time. Didn't get that call up last week onto the field, but worth the wait. That footwork was unbelievable. Also, the Manly Sea Eagles are a little bit flat-footed there. They haven't had too many patches throughout this game where we've seen them defend like that, but made the absolute most of it and powered onto the scene.
Back to 36-14 now.
Huh?
Special moment in the career of the 21-year-old Ata Moriota. Just his 5th game in top grade and scores his first try there.
Time you're on.
Broke his hand round 2 against the Dolphins. Otherwise, we would have seen even more from him in 2023. 22-point margin. 11 minutes to go. Still a long way back for the Raiders. Again with that fresh jumper, putting his hand up, driven back this time is Moriotta. Whitehead. When he opened the scoring untouched, we thought Canberra were right on to extend their winning streak. Here they come again for Chris. Didn't go on the outside towards Hompawati or Croker. Papali'i.
They've stopped working, Manly.
Horsburgh helped it on to Fogarty. Drops it over the top nicely, but tidied up by Tom. Put his ribs on the line. Got a knee in the back there from Whitehead. And they don't tickle.
Tackle one.
Yeah, he went down with courage here. Went down low. Got the ball and just got an accidental knee in the side of the body. You see Whitehead. Ooh. He's still on the ground, Tom.
You worried about ribs, organs, or both in that situation?
Well, sometimes you can just get winded. So,
Tackle one.
you know, he's going to play the ball, which would indicate that he's okay.
I'm worried about Origin.
So is every Blues fan, and Brad Fittler as well.
He's had a day out, Tommy.
Taking a swig on the water bottle and looks okay. Hopefully gets the call from Brad Fittler in the next hour or so, you'd imagine. Both teams to be announced officially tomorrow. What time are you locked in for, Billy? 10 o'clock, is it? Team announcement?
Yeah, we'll announce it tomorrow morning and finalise our team tonight after this game. No, it's a good time of the year. Both states love it. The people of each state, they get right behind it.
Where's the camp?
In Queensland.
Whereabouts?
In Queensland.
Whereabouts?
In Queensland.
No Blues spies allowed.
It's a big place.
I've learned a long time ago, just got to be careful sitting next to Gus the day before.
Queensland's a big
Origin.
place.
It is. It's a great place.
Comes down halfway down the New South Wales border at times.
Sean, clear it now.
Goes to Papua New Guinea and Fiji on low tide.
It's all coming up, game one. Wednesday, May 31, a week and a half away. Exclusively live on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Up outside inside did not come off for Whiten, but he didn't touch it, so it's play on for Fogarty. Puts it out in front of Croker. Little kick in behind. Turns the speedsters around, but they're able to make up the ground so comfortably, these two, Kohler and Saab.
They're just
Everybody
in walking mode at the moment,
Shot
Manly.
clock on.
It's kind of like they thought this was over a while ago. May well have been on the scoreboard, but they're certainly not working off the ball at all. They're just walking in defence, giving the Raiders plenty of latitude.
On the shot clock here, boys.
What about the triumph? Is this a triumph for this guy, Anthony Seibold, what he's done with Schuster? Sending him back to recondition him, as he put it. He's dropped kilos and he's put on a fantastic performance tonight. Could this be the making of Josh Schuster and Seibold's Manly?
Well, it's important. There's an old saying, you know, what you walk past, you accept. And he didn't walk past Schuster. He didn't accept what was happening. He said, no, you've got some work to do, and send him back. Now comes the encouragement and the reward that comes from that extra little bit of effort, and hopefully a lesson that, you know, working harder is only going to get you better results. But it's you know, Anthony Seibold didn't like it, so he didn't walk past it. He dealt with it. That's what you got to do. It's not a popularity competition. You know, some coaches can make the popular decision, or they can make the right decision. It's not about popularity.
Taking on a team that's just about full strength, Canberra, and you look at the players missing for Manly. Aloiai did that shoulder last week, out for at least a month. Tuolungi, Sipley suspended. Aaron Woods ruled out. Cooper Johns has an ankle injury as well, so down to the bare bones forwards-wise for this encounter, and yet dominating in Canberra. Cherry Evans switches it up to Schuster. Oh, he tried something a little over the top there for Tommy.
He's 10, hold Sean. Go 0.
Do you go to Queensland for the announcement, Billy?
Hold.
Yep.
Tonight? For a little tracker in your bag. I'll find you.
In Adelaide, a week and a half.
Play the ball.
We'll all be in
Play
Adelaide,
the ball.
mate. The eyes of the world
play
will
the
be in
ball.
Adelaide. Blue versus maroon.
Elliot.
The never-ending
on
story.
report. Contact on Josh. Play the ball in the middle. Play the ball.
You've been there before as well. What's your feel of that venue, Adelaide Oval, conditions-wise normally?
Yeah, I've played there. It's a good surface.
Play the ball.
It's got a bit of history to the oval. You've got the old scoreboard up there, and
Yep, you're good. Yeah.
it'll be a great atmosphere.
50,000 plus at Adelaide Oval for game 1. You can watch it all live on 9. Wednesday, May 31. Lock it in, midweek State of Origin. How good is it? Kepi recovered well from that early head knock. Bullymore. Oh, Cherry Evans. They have switched off as Gus identified, but they could afford to here this afternoon.
Shot clock on.
Yeah, they all want to go home at the moment.
Down the middle.
News will follow this match very shortly.
We're going overtime after all those referee discussions and sin binnings. Gus just sending us overtime here.
Lachlan, don't go early.
Yeah, there's a common theme there.
Hold there, Josh. Hold. Wait, Lachlan. Break.
Another night of the week, 6 p.m. National 9 News, but little delay on your Sunday. Rapana. Croker was coming at speed. Kepi finished off Jordan. He held onto his foot for a sustained period in back play, nearly providing another flashpoint, but Kepi gets away.
This is a mighty win by the Sea Eagles. Gee, they've been good. Don't underestimate how hard it is to win down there. Right? The Raiders had won 6 in a row. They stopped them in their tracks today. And then the Sea Eagles, it'll be a nice bus ride home.
Young. Oh, that's play on. Came off the head of Croker, but surely he may have been in front of his teammate there. Puts the kick in. He's got it all, gets a repeat set. But what was going on with the Falcon earlier?
Well, I did a little piece in the pre-game, and I called Hudson Young an unorthodox player. Well, if that's not a description of an unorthodox play, I don't know what is. And they nearly scored a try off it.
He's a goer.
Time you run.
Well, he just competes, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a goer. He's got that real competitive nature that wouldn't look out of place in an Origin game.
Is he in your 17, Gus?
I don't pick teams.
Do you think you'll be there when the Blues team is named at 8 a.m. tomorrow, I think, on the New South Wales Origin channels?
Well, he won't look out of place if he is.
Manly now breathing down the necks of Canberra, who are clinging to a spot in the top 8 there on the live ladder. Mistake in the play the ball from the try scorer, Moriotta here.
Everybody up. Shot clock on.
Yeah, had a good moment early on. Ata Moriotta. And
Go
since
middle,
then,
Daly.
he's
On the shot
been
clock here,
brought back
boys.
to earth.
Boys,
A
we're on the
couple
shot
of
clock.
mistakes,
Fellas,
which I'm
make
sure
you
he'll
filled up.
work on. But he certainly looks like a player.
Follow the touch
Is
in.
Corey Horsburgh in the Origin side, mate? Give us a scoop, something. Is
Heads
he
in the
in?
back. Let's go, Sebastian.
We haven't picked the team yet.
That's a poker face, isn't it?
Honestly, we have not. We'll catch up after this match as the selecting committee, and we'll build our team from there, Gus. That's where it's at.
Does the Queensland hierarchy go on Zoom or
Yep.
just on the blower?
Okay.
There's no
We've got high
hierarchy in
contact.
Queensland. We're all the same level.
It's high contact.
They're different.
It's on report.
This time of year, they're all different. Queenslanders.
Here's a late story.
Yes, mate.
Referee placing a player on report for this tackle. It's Elliot Whitehead for the high shot. We've had some fun tonight and this afternoon with Billy Slater. But Billy, we wish you well. A farewell to Channel 9 tonight, heading into Origin 1, Wednesday, May 31. Good luck with your selection tonight, the announcement tomorrow, and all the best. Game 1, Adelaide Oval.
Thanks, Speedy. It should be a good week and a half. The build-up always is. And then that game, 10 days and 57 minutes. That's when it all starts.
Who's playing fullback, Billy? Come on, something before you go. Something for the fans. Just poker face. Just sits there, does nothing.
Hold. Hold.
All under wraps until the journos break it. Nico Hines in the paper today in the number 14 jumper, and we'll wait to see if that is the case for the Blues. Certainly deserves his shot, the Shark superstar. Moments away from the news.
Yep. Now, have a great series, Billy. We're all looking forward to it. You and Brad Fittler, all the best of luck. Hope it's injury-free and as exciting as ever.
And they put the cherry on top here. Schuster, inside ball for Bullymore, has the arm free, pops it late. Condon on his Manly debut in the 80th minute, scores a try. What a moment for him. Manly have 40. They are back. The Trebojeviches are back. It's a day out.
Just hold the news a bit longer. We'll get to the end of this eventually. Hold the news. Brilliant performance by the Sea Eagles today. Great coaching, great club effort. As I said earlier, what a difference a week makes. The smiles, and look at that scoreline. Look at that scoreline. Isuzu D-Max replay. Schuster again back on the inside. Bullymore with the offload. Brilliant stuff. Just too good. Too good for the Raiders.
Yeah, the boy from Roma up there in Western Queensland gets a nice little try on club debut. Ben Condon, former Cowboy.
Decent try scoring record as well. That's 5 tries in 13 games for the 196 centimetre, 109 kilogram forward. Versatility to play on an edge or in the middle. Some skill from Bullymore, and the try assist came from his good mate from back in Rockhampton days. Full time here, Manly dominant.
Manly.
They beat the Raiders 42-14.